Okay, I am Trevor, and you're on my channel watching. This channel is Pioneer Spirit, and thank you for coming to watch my show today. So, I want to talk about something that I've started 30 days ago, and that is an animal-based diet. And I'm here to give you my 2 cents on it and what it's been like for me over 30 days. I'm going to give a breakdown of data, statistics, like kind of what I've cut out and what I am eating. So I just kind of want to go over it, and you know I like I guess first off, start off by saying, why did I start this? Why did I start an animal based diet? And why am I calling it animal based? It's not quite carnivore, because I am adding some things in there that are a little bit beyond meat, but not beyond meat, not that, not actually beyond meat, but products from animals, so such as dairy. So why did I start this? Well, I'm almost 51. And my daughter, who turned 10 just this past August, I'll be 51 in November. I started thinking, wow, there's a 41-year age difference between my daughter and I. And, I want to be there for her as long as I can. And, hey, anything can happen any day. The universe calls me. That's my time, whatever. Nothing I can do about it. But, maybe I can do something about it, change up my diet. And so my daughter turned 10, and we took our dog into the vet, and we weighed her. The vet likes to know how much she weighs there, and she's all fine. But I thought, just out of curiosity, I wanted to step on the scale and see what I'm weighing in at. Now, I weighed in at 224 pounds, and I stand 5 feet 10 inches tall, and that's far too heavy. Okay, 224 pounds for a man, my age and size of 5'10". That's just way too much. So I'm like, I got to do something about this. I've weighed 224 pounds for, probably since 2015, 2016. And I got to do something about it. And I've tried every frickin' diet there is out there. And, I went vegan for 8 months, a dozen or so years ago. It just didn't work out for me. I love meat. So it didn't work. And plus, on that diet too, I was eating obviously fruits and vegetables as much as I could, but I was also eating, like, I'd buy, like, the ancient grains bread, and whole wheat breads, and tortilla wraps and whatnot. But I was still eating. I'd one of the favorite meals I'd have, like, oh, I think it was like buckwheat flour or something like that, pancake flour. It was supposed to be highly nutritious, and I'd throw in like a ton of strawberries or blueberries or something like that, and then make pancakes, and then I'd put maple syrup on it, real maple syrup that supposedly good too. But the problem with that diet is, I looked at it and I'm like, I was eating grains and sugar. It's too much. So I went from, I mean, that was like a dozen years ago, and I was about 212 pounds when I did that. So I dropped down to 202, and I couldn't seem to break that. And after 8 months of that, I just craved meat. And I still remember the day I went to, I don't know if the country you're in has a restaurant like Harvey's fast food. And I just got like a big double super burger, and I enjoyed it. So I'm like, man, I got to eat meat again. I can't not eat meat. So, kind of a little brief history there. I can go into more brief history, make some more videos on that later too. But for right now, I want to stick to the 30-day review, and what are the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. So basically, for past 30 days, I've been eating like whatever meat you can that's out there. Like, I would eat. Now, I don't have FU money. I've got, I'm this average Canadian guy here, 50-year-old guy. I don't have FU money, but I can't afford to buy like what I've been eating mostly. medium ground beef, pork products, bacon, had some pork tenderloin, um, basically some chicken, which is expensive. So I've had to buy ground chicken because chicken's just, you know, trying to buy a kilogram of chicken now. It's 2 kilograms of chicken is $25, and it's up about 40%. So but the good thing is, like, where I shop, my local Walmart, it's the cheapest place I can find meats. Just yesterday they had AAA Angus steaks. They were $5 off for three, so they were like $15 for three. It's still expensive, but I'm trying to buy good cuts of meat. Medium ground beef. 2 weeks ago was like right now a medium ground beef for 1.2 kilograms, so that's just under 3 pounds of lean, a medium ground beef. It's about $15 right now. So a couple weeks ago it was on for $8. So I bought 9 trays of this stuff. Nine 1.2 kilogram trays of that. Stocked it up. Bacon, bacon right now for a 375 gram pack where I'm living is about $7, $6 to $7 for that size of bacon pack, and that's just too much money. That's just too much money. So when it comes on sale, usually Walmart will have it on for 297 or maybe 397. Last time they did that, I bought I believe 40 packs of bacon, so it lasts a few months here, or it lasts as long as we can make it last. The more I eat, obviously, it's going to go quicker. So I have been, trying my best to do that. Like I said, I don't have FU money. Like I would love to eat, like a Monday night, a moose, Tuesday night, elk, Wednesday night, T-bones and lobster. And, I'd love to do that. Can't afford it. But if it's ever on sale, I would certainly, I'll buy it and I'll stock up on it. And so why I'm calling this, it's not, I don't think it's quite carnivore diet, because carnivores would eat, strictly, someone like Jordan Peterson would, he strictly eats tomahawk steak with salt on it and water. And that's it. That's a pure carnivore diet. I'm not quite there yet. Don't know if I want to go there yet. So, like I say, I will buy and eat the meat that I can afford, and I'll eat as much of it. Like I would have salmon, if I could. It just hasn't been on sale yet. So, so the other part of my diet, like I'm eating cheese, milk, which homogenized milk, which I would like to get rid of. And speaking of milk, because I'm in Canada, there's for some reason why nationwide politicians in their brilliant wisdom have made raw milk illegal. So I can't buy raw milk in Canada, but uh, I've always, I like a thicker milk, like homogenized milk. I'm thinking of getting rid of that. I don't really need the milk so much, but there are other things, like I drink coffee, so I have to have cream in my coffee. I'm not one of these freaks who can drink coffee black. I can't. I really think if you drink coffee black, man, you're out there. So I can't. So I have to put cream in my coffee. So that's unless I give up coffee, which I only have I have 1 or 2 cups a day, maybe three if I had one in the late afternoon or evening, but usually 2 cups a day. So I got to put a bit of cream in there. And in the last 30 days, I've also I just came across this by accident. I grabbed some sour cream, and it was 18% homogenized fat, and I opened it, and the stuff was like cream cheese. So I have been enjoying that, and I'm gonna break down the amount I eat per week of the dairy products, just to give you an example of how many carbs I'm taking in now. Yogurt, the vanilla yogurt. I don't go fat free or whatever. It's just the full fat vanilla yogurt. A couple scoops of that. Say the milk, cheese. I've always loved cheese, so I do enjoy that. So that's why it's for me. I classify it as the animal based diet, and from what I've researched too, like they do include it's obviously meats. They're including dairy, but some people have been including some fruits with raw honey. I haven't gone that route, although I do enjoy honey, especially the raw honey. I do have raw honey in the house. I haven't ate any. I'm just trying to reduce the sugar and the carbs just to see how it's working. and yeah, so there. So the diet I was on before was basically the diet that I'm using now, but I added so my, I'd have grains, fruits, vegetables, treats. I treats and junk food. So treats I break treats I consider anything sweet. Junk food is like salty, so your chips and Doritos and all whatever have you. Treats, ice cream, cookies, um, whatever, anything that's sweet. So for 30 days, I have not had any grains, any fruits, any vegetables, any treats and junk food. And I have come out with about an average that just cutting that out of my diet every week, that was equivalent to about 1,200 grams of carbohydrates every week. So I would sit here like every day. I would have one or two tortilla wraps and put chicken on it and cheese, and I don't think the toppings were so bad on that. But when I looked at the tortilla wraps, I'm like, there's 54 grams of carbohydrates in just one of the wraps, and I could have every day. I would have at least one. It's kind of a go-to thing for lunch. That was my lunch kind of thing. Or sometimes I'd have two. Uh, sourdough bread. I love sourdough bread. I haven't had that, but the amount of carbs in a sourdough bread sandwich, you're talking 50, 60 grams of carbs. A can of chunky soup. I mean, I haven't had that just because of the other additives in there. I mean, we're talking 30 grams of carbs. I could have that in the afternoon. So, I mean, I figure I estimated that I was consuming about 1,400 grams of carbohydrates per week. And most of that, again, was coming from your grains and treats and junk food. And very little for me from fruits and veggies, just because I've never been a big, like, if I eat vegetables, you know, it's never just on its own. It had to be with meat, and it have to be grilled, sautéed, some kind of. I'd have to cook it. I could never eat raw vegetables. And for fruits, I enjoy. I used to. Like I say, I haven't had any in the past month, but like frozen fruit, like blueberries, mango, and bananas. Just I prefer to eat the fruit frozen. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe that's a little freaky, but I've never been a big fruit and vegetable eater to begin with. But anyways, I cut them out. Maybe if I want to throw back in some frozen fruit or add some onions, and maybe some peppers or something to my ground beef, maybe. But for now, I'm quite happy with what I've been doing. And there's another thing. So I'll talk about my happiness over 30 days of just eating meat and dairy. Okay, so dairy. My happiness is good, but I'll explain the dairy. I'm going to my numbers here are going to be per week because per day I don't always consume dairy per day, but I've had days where yeah I've ate quite a bit of dairy, but I can go a day or two without it. But I figure about my numbers I came out to like cheese. I'm about 10 grams of carbs per week for cheese. Sour cream was about 20 grams, yogurt about 40 grams, milk was about 30 grams. So, I start adding this all in. I figure it maybe 200 grams of carbs per week just from dairy. And I want to cut that down now. So it's day 30. So now that I'm entering 30 to my 60-day cycle here, I'm going to cut out milk unless I can get raw milk somehow. I would still have a little sip of that, but I don't like to pour a giant glass of milk. It's just, I have my milk, so I just drink from the container from the fridge. Because no one else drinks my homogenized milk, but I'm gonna probably cut that out. I don't need it, and the carbs are rather high in that one. So for now, yeah, definitely I'm gonna keep cheese. Sour cream. I haven't been eating as much of it from like day 20 on, but I do have the 18% one in here. Yogurt again, not very much of the yogurt. It was more so. I haven't had the 4 o'clock afternoon kind of the sugar cravings, but when I did, I'd have a couple scoops of vanilla yogurt, but a little bit of carbs in that. So I'm gonna say right now, my diet was probably 1,400 grams of carbohydrates per week. So over a 30-day period, I have cut out about 1,200 grams of carbs per week. I mean, I sat there the other day. I'm thinking, okay, I want to do my show. I want to do the 30-day update. And I start sitting here going, oh my God, like I'm cutting out like 1.2 kilograms of carbohydrates per week or 1,200 grams about on average, right? I mean, some days, like I say, I've consumed a bit more carbohydrates from my dairy, and other days maybe 10 or 20 grams. So, it's amazing. I'm sitting here thinking, holy crap, like it's just been amazing how much I've cut out. So cravings. Let's talk about the craving. The first 2 weeks, I had some moments where I was like, I call them my Joe Biden moments. I'm just, Mitch McConnell moments. If you know who they are, just kind of like I'm freezing. I'm like, I just had like a 30 second, and I'm like, it's just because my body's like, whoa, where's the ice cream, buddy? Where's the tortilla wraps? Where's the cookies? Where are the chips? You know, where's the potatoes? Where is all that, man? Like, so my body had some moments, but I haven't had any like I've haven't had any weak moments. And like I say, my daughter's 10, so I'm still buying ice cream when I go to the store. She likes a little. I'm not gonna, it's not a diet for her to start on right now. So she eats good, but hey, she's 10. She wants ice cream. I been scooping out ice cream for her. I'll give her a bowl, maybe every other day. And I'll tell you, I sit there and as I'm scooping it out, that French vanilla ice cream, I'm like, whoo, man, I'd love to just dig into it, which I used to do, but I haven't. Just went okay, I haven't. So if I have any moments like that again, I'll just dig into a little bit of yogurt, a couple tablespoons. It seems to satisfy. I try to keep bacon cooked up, so if I'm just boom, I need that snack right away. I'll get the bacon or the ground beefs cooked up. So I haven't had any moments. I'm really surprised. I mean, once I eat a meal, like I'll have a bowl of medium ground beef, and I'm satisfied. I'm really satisfied. I don't have the so I was worried I might have that. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to get a pecan pie. Um, I need a slice of that, or go buy a dozen butter tarts. No, I haven't had those moments. And for me too, it's like, look, I'm almost 51. I'll be 51 in November. And I think, look, I've had my moments. I've had my moments with the blueberry cheesecakes and the pecan pies and the butter tarts and the cookies and the whole, the chips I've had. And I'm like, look, it's time to move into the another phase of my life when it comes to diet. I haven't missed it. Like I haven't missed any of the treats and junk food or the grains. And like I say, fruits and vegetables, never I was never big on them anyways, but like I haven't missed any of it. I haven't missed any of it. And my mindset too is look, that's just where it is for me. I haven't missed any of that. It's to kind of tell you too, like I watched a show, this Rogan and Rogan and Hogan. So Joe Rogan and Hulk Hogan. Hulk's like, explaining his personality. Like he knew guys that are very addicted to products, and he never had that. He could just cut it off just like that. And I kind of think I'm that same way too. Like at the turn of the century, I gave up drinking Coke and Dr. Pepper and root beer. Like I don't know, one day I'm like, I just don't want to. don't want to drink pop anymore. And I probably had one or two cans of pop a day. I remember giving that up. And I've always been very good at just saying I'm gonna give it up. Once I something inside me, just the universe is just boom, shined that message into me and I've received it, whatever. I just go ahead and do it. I just like I say, I went and weighed myself in at the vet. Well, not for me, obviously. But for my dog, we weighed her in, and like I said, I weighed myself. I'm like, I'm 224 pounds. I've been 224 pounds for freaking 9 years. Like I just, my daughter, she's 10 again. I'm gonna be 51. So yeah, I am an older dad. Her friends when they come up will say, "Oh, you know, your grandpa." And I'm like, no, I'm not her grandpa. I'm her dad. Because like I say, my friends my age, they've got kids that have graduated, high school and going into college or out of college, and you know, are grandpas. They are grandpas at my age. So I want to do this. I want to do this. I go, look, I got to lose some weight. Now, I'm not going to tell you how much weight I've lost. I have not weighed in. I don't want to weigh in. I can't weigh in. Not for right now. I'm going to do that. I'm going to save that for the 60-day review. I'm going to see how much. But I can tell you right now, I bought a belt. I was going to bring it with me. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I was going to bring a belt and show you. Back in 2020, I bought a leather belt, and I would wear it on most of the times on the seventh or eighth hole on the belt. And after, this is day 30 of the animal based diet, I'm now wearing that on the ninth hole. And the last couple days, I've been able to put it down to the 10th hole. So I've lost almost 2 sizes on my belt just for 30 days. And which is, I think that's pretty good. We'll see how much I'll weigh in towards the end of the 60 days. We'll see if what my weight is. But I don't want to disappoint myself because that was one of the reasons why. Anytime I'm ever like, hey, I know I need to lose weight, I want to adjust, my eating habits and whatnot. I would always like every day weighing in to the point where I'm like, it can be frustrating. So, but I have monitored my body shrinking by, noticing my belt. Like I say, I've dropped almost 2 sizes on my belt in 30 days. And I'm not feeling ill. I don't feel mad like I have to go out and get that. I'm just gonna rip into a triple whopper burger or something, which I probably, in fact, if I was on the road and I had to do that, I'd get a triple burger, a triple whopper from Burger King, and probably I would take off at least the top bun. You know, at least I'm getting more meat that way. But like haven't felt like I have like I'm. I thought I'd be having more cravings for, just the butter tarts, the muffins. Like every day for breakfast, I could have like two slices of toast and eat a muffin on top of that, and like I haven't had those cravings, and I do feel better. I do feel lighter. I do feel a lot lighter. Perhaps one day, if YouTube allows it, I don't think I would do it if I can. I think this is a diet that's not. It's not like a diet. Like you have. This is a lifestyle change. I needed to have it. I needed to have it, and I think this is something just I could do for the rest of my life. I don't. I've kind of given up. I'm like, this is the next phase of my life. I don't need the treats, the junk food, the grains, and I feel lighter. Like I do feel lighter. Okay, I don't know how to explain that. I just feel lighter. I don't feel bloated. Like I would eat a giant bowl of pasta. And there's another thing I've gotten rid of, like the Classico jars, which I use here. I do have them. This is a 650 milliliter mason jar that would be filled with pasta sauce. Now I just fill them up with water. But I could eat one of those per week. I mean, I've cut out pasta, and I loved pasta, but at the end of I'd eat a giant bowl. I'd eat the whole thing. I could eat a whole jar of Classico sauce, big bowl of pasta, filled with onions and peppers and usually chicken. So at least that was a good part of it. But I would sit there. I'd be like, oh my god, the bloating. I could eat that at 6 o'clock at night. And I'd go to bed usually 11 o'clock at night, and I'd be burping and the heartburn. The heartburn. There's one thing I have gotten rid of at nighttime is I don't wake up at like 3 a.m. or try to go to sleep at 11 o'clock and have heartburn. I just don't have heartburn anymore. So that's a cool thing. That's a real cool thing. No more heartburn. So yeah, I feel lighter, and I do feel generally better. Um, Without, yeah, just cutting out grains. I think that's one of the best things you could do. Like I kind of think about the vegan diet, and I'm like for me, I was eating grains. I don't know if that's part of the vegan diet or whatever. Like I was saying, I was loading up on fruits, vegetables, grains, the treats and junk food. So like right now, I can just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not, I guess I should make a disclaimer. I should have said this at the beginning. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not, just for YouTube's sake here, like, I'm not telling anyone this is what you should be doing. I'm just saying this is what's worked for me over 30 days. So I'm wondering if, like, if you are a vegan and you're eating grains, treats, and junk food, like, what it would happen if you cut that out? Like, would you feel better? I would think so. I would think so. Like I've always felt bloated and heavy, and it's just like I said, I haven't had that feeling. My stomach feels light. Um, Now, like I say, I'm 5'10". I started 30 days ago at 224. I don't know what I'm weighing now. I certainly have lost almost 2 sizes on my belt, so I don't know what I'm weighing. Like I said, I don't really want to weigh myself too badly right now, but I do feel lighter. Maybe if I can be successful on this new phase of my life and what I'm eating, maybe next year, if YouTube allows it, I would be like, I would actually have a beach body. Like, I got that dad bod. It's a joke, and I don't like it. I've never liked that. Oh, the dad bod. There's nothing sexy about it. There's nothing. It's not healthy. It doesn't look good. I don't need to look like the. I don't want to look like Mr. Olympia out there. But I would like to look healthy. And it's one of the. That's another reason why I'd like to do this. I just like I take my daughter to our local pool swimming, and I'm like, geez, I don't care anymore at my age. It's like, whatever. But I do also care. It's like I do care, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? By the time you get to my age, usually I don't really. It's like a fu to people. If you don't like me, go away. But I would like to present myself as someone at least that looks healthy. So hey, if I can, maybe I will. Maybe I'll get back down to the times of my life when I actually did feel like I looked good. I remember when I was lifting weights heavily back in my teenage days, in my 20s. I'd get up to 185, and I felt good then. When I wasn't lifting weights, but 175. I remember one time I was into running big time, just running everywhere. I was about 21 years old, and I was 164 pounds. And man, I was like, I felt fit. Didn't have a gut or anything like that, obviously. So I don't know if 164 is necessarily going to be the weight that I would get to, but maybe 170 or something. We'll see. We'll see. What I'd like to do is it's just to shed any extra blub, or and well, I think I have my waist. Like I say, my waist is almost dropped 2 sizes. So if I continue down this road, drop another belt or 2 size, hey, maybe I can have a thumbnail where I'll show a picture when I was 224 and something else. Right now, I'm not, you know, nobody needs to see that. But so that's another aspect why I did start this too. So health reasons. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to be around as long as I can. Um, like I say, it just so far this 30-day trial, the good, the bad, the ugly. Here's another good part of it. I used to take about 2 to 3 Advils per week, and the 400 milligram Advils, and it was always due to waking up just not feeling good. My neck would be sore, a headache. Um, you know, that's just 2 to 3 days a week. I would have to take that. Get up, pop an Advil. Now, some people that might be a lot. 2 to 3 Advils a week, but some people I know take 2 to 3 Advils per day, and that's not a big deal for them. So I'm just saying that's what I would take on average: 2 to 3 400 milligram Advils per week. For the past 30 days, I've taken 4 Advil. It's been once a week. I've woken up with a headache and neck pain, so I'm like, okay, I don't know, just that's a massive improvement for me. Like I've cut my Advil intake in half in 30 days. So I think that's an improvement. So, but I guess, the good, the bad, the ugly, the bad and the ugly part, like you hear a lot of people who start the plant-based animal-based diet and carnivore diet. They'll say within a week or two they don't snore anymore, their sleeping is way better. I haven't noticed that. um you know uh I don't know about the snoring. I used to wake myself up snoring. I've done that once in the past 30 days. But my sleep is still not. I don't know. I only sleep 2 3 hours, and I'm kind of up and stuff. So my sleep hasn't necessarily improved. Maybe 10% it's improved, because I think the snoring has subsided slightly, but not a lot. But so that's kind of the bad and the ugly on, like, my sleep hasn't improved too much. Maybe it's because of the dairy. So I'm gonna really try to get even closer to a carnivore diet. I'm going to remove milk. Like I said earlier, I'm going to remove milk. I don't need it. Um, should the universe bless myself and my family, and we're able to ditch the dystopian nightmare known as Canada and head to a state in America that welcomes people who want to work and mind their own business. There are states like that are like, hey, yeah, yeah, it's legal to buy raw milk. I would probably start drinking again, but I don't drink too much milk anyways. So, but if I did, I would like to have raw milk, but I'll give it up. I'll give it up. So I'll give that up. Like I say, and I have been cutting back on the yogurt and sour cream. Like I say, the first couple weeks, I was digging into that. Not a ton, but just a couple tablespoons each. Cheese, yeah, I'm still eating about the same amount of cheese. I like cheese. And I'll just add it to my eggs. Oh, there's eggs. I've been eating a lot of eggs, so I like to shred up some cheese and just plop it onto the eggs, or mix it into the ground beef, or add it to the bacon and stuff. In fact, with the bacon too, I like the sour cream. I'll put about a tablespoon of sour cream in there. It's good. So, like I say, with the dairy end of the diet for the first 30 days, I've come out with, one week was like 130 grams, another week was about 150 grams. I just said, okay, let's just put it out there, 200 grams per week. I'm not consuming that much, but I mean, really, when I factor in that, and then I factor in I was eating like 200 grams of carbs a day from grains, fruits, veggies, treats, and junk food. I mean, holy, like I've completely cut that out. Like I've completely. I mean, we're talking 1,200 grams of carbs per week gone in 30 days. So I am glad. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's probably why my belt size is down like almost 2 sizes. So yeah, and like I say, the waist size too. I was been watching Dr. Sean Baker. He's a strict carnivore. He looks fantastic. He's been doing it for years. It's something he said last week. He said, I haven't really heard him say anything of focusing on the weight, which is kind of nice because I don't want to focus on my weight too much. But he was saying, hey, look it, if you're 70 inches tall, your waistline should be 35 inches. So whatever your height is in inches, cut that in half, and that should be your waistline. So I'm 5'10", unless I'm doing the math wrong, it's 70 inches tall. I should have a waist of 35 inches, and I know it was not 35 inches. Like I say, I haven't taken the measuring tape around my waist, but I do have my leather belt, and I've dropped almost 2 sizes. So, uh, come towards the end of the 60 days, I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do measurements and weight. I hopefully once my body gets adjusted to a certain weight and size. I'm hoping that, 34-inch waist would be great. It'd be great again. Like back in 2011, I remember buying jeans, and they were 36-inch waist jeans, and they felt fine on me. So I know back then it was fine. I'd like to get. I don't know if I could get back into 34-inch jeans. If I mean, that's what I had in high school. In high school, I wore like 32-inch waist jeans. If I was working out, I could have jeans that were 34-inch, but mostly 32-inch jeans. I don't know if I want to get that small again. I might. I don't. I don't want to get small. Like, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So far, everyone I've like I've just been witnessing people. Like I said, I tried vegan, didn't work out for me. I need meat. I just love it. So, um, and like I say, like on the vegan diet too, like it seemed like I was eating all day too. Like I'd have a big bowl of blueberries, I'd have pancakes, I'd have sandwiches. I'd have that fake meat. That I did eat a lot of that. Tons of beans. Must have ate like whatever the 640 I think milliliter cans. I'd eat like one. It just seemed like I was always eating. And so now, at least on the animal based diet, like I'll have like a bowl of meat or something, a steak, and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Like I've been eating about twice a day, twice a day. I'll have something usually in the morning. I haven't ate yet, and in the time zone where I'm in right now, it's like I don't know, quarter after 11 in the morning. So, yeah, when I'm done this, I'm going to get one of those AAA Angus steaks that I bought yesterday that were on sale, and I'll be eating that. So that's where that's at. I don't know what else. I got a lot of notes here. I always got notes, writing things down. Um, I don't know. Like, it's been a fantastic diet for me. Fantastic diet so far. Like I said, my headaches and neck pain have been cut in half. I just say 4 Advils. Yeah, like my waist size down almost 2 sizes. The bad and the ugly part, I can't really say anything right now. I haven't missed any of the treats or junk food. I haven't missed getting a nice, soft tortilla wrap. Because I've been there, I've done it. That's my attitude. I've been there, done it. I'm done with that kind of stuff. I don't need it. And I've been surviving just fine. Again, someone like Jordan Peterson, he's been on this diet he's been on a strict carnivore diet for 5, almost 6 years. I mean, he just eats tomahawk steak. He puts a bit of salt on if he wants it. Now he says he drinks carbonated water. Um, See, that's another thing I've been doing, and I've been trying to ask more animal-based diet people and carnivores what they drink. Now, like I say, I drink coffee. I put cream in it, so there is carbs in there, but it's what, maybe 3 or 4 carbs per cup of coffee. Um, like I drink. So if you're watching this, let me know if you're on the carnivore animal based diet. I drink? I don't know if they have it in the states or anywhere else. I guess they do. Like, well, you'd have carbonated flavor water. It's just boobily that I'm drinking. I have drank the grocery store's no name brand. That's fine too, but I have been drinking carbonated flavored water. There's no sugar or anything in it, but is the flavoring in there? Good. I don't know. There's no carbs, no sugar in it. So I have found that I have increased that over 30 days. Just like to have that with a steak dinner. I always like to have something carbonated. And since I'm not consuming carbs or anything, I haven't drank beer in a long time either. I've been there, done that, had it all. I drank good beer, cheap beer. I don't need that anymore. I don't need the wine. There's another thing too. I think that it would be a positive thing to cut out in your life too is alcohol. Uh, Especially in this day and age. It's September 2023, and we are in a recession. So I don't know if you can cut that stuff out, do it. So yeah, so carbonated flavor water. I'm drinking that. Obviously, just plain water. Um, but I'm feeling good. Feeling good so far. we'll see how it goes. Like I say, Jordan Peterson's doing this for years, and he's uh, he's a mentor of mine. I do enjoy listening to him. He has quite a bit of good stuff to say, and like I say, it's worked for him. He feels great. In fact, when he said he started this, he was 212 pounds, and he's now down to 164 pounds, and his body leveled out. He went down to 162, and he seems to have leveled out from what I've seen in recent interviews. He says 164, 165 pounds. You know, that's where his body is regulated to. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, maybe at the end of 60 days, what my maybe my weight still will. I don't think it'll still be 224 pounds, since my belt size has dropped. I'm sure by taking out 1.2 kilograms of grains, fruits, vegetables, treats, and junk food every week, I'm sure my weight will go down. But I don't want to. Like I said before, I don't really want to weigh myself right now. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I'd like to do. I don't know. It'd be nice to do a video one day and just show everyone, you know, to stand back and say, take some, here's what I looked like at 224, and maybe, maybe I get down to like 170 and say, here's what I look like now at 51 years old. That would be really nice. I'll do it if YouTube allows. I'm going to be, clothed, but whatever. Just, it's going to be, I would like to have something for people to see because people want to see, they want to know the weight. So I know some people right now are a little disappointed. How much do you weigh? But I just, for my own personal satisfaction, I don't want to weigh myself. So, but like I say, I will let you know. Yes, I've gone down almost two belt sizes in 30 days, um, which I would kind of expect by cutting that many carbs out of my diet. Um, And I really, like I say, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a dietitian, but this is just something I've researched, and for me, it seems to have worked. Um, just maybe go online. YouTube's a good resource, and just look at different diets for what's going to work for you. I don't know. Maybe a vegan diet works for somebody. Maybe the carnivore diet. But there is one diet I don't think that would. I think vegans and carnivores agree on is not eating bugs. Um, that seems to have popped up in the last year or so. There's a factory actually about an hour away from where I live that makes they bake crickets. I think that's an absolute awful thing that you can eat. Like, I mean, I'd rather have someone say, I'm vegan, I don't eat grains, I don't eat treats and junk food. I'd be like, that's cool. Like, I'd one day like to say, hey, I'd like to get off of most of the dairy and just say, yeah, I'm the same way. I don't eat the grains. Um, don't eat the treats, don't eat the junk food. But at least I think carnivores, animal-based diet people, and vegans could agree on that eating bugs is gross and it's not right. I mean, humans eat bugs in times of like apocalyptic needs, like some kind of plague going around, and you've ate your horses and you can't grow anything in the field, so hey, I guess I gotta look for mealworms and crickets. Like that's a last ditch desperation. I do not want to. So that's one thing I can say. Like I'm not. I don't think I could never get on an insect diet. Like I said, unless all hell breaks loose and whatever goes on in the world, if it's like a Walking Dead scenario, I guess. But I don't even think at that I would do that. So yeah, this is working for me. I don't know what's going to work for you. Hopefully, if you're feeling you got you're feeling like you got to do something. I think I just think for me, yeah, really the biggest thing for me was to get off the grains. No more bread. Like I don't I like my mindset is completely different. I'm like I can't believe I ate grains for so many years of my life. Like I really do just like I say, if I expand the diet, change up the diet, I'll cut back on a little bit of the dairy, but maybe in the future, maybe I could expand into I like I say, I used to enjoy the fruits I enjoyed. I had to have it frozen, like huckleberry, blueberry, mango, banana. Maybe add a bit more. to that. Maybe a couple vegetables back in the meat. But for right now, I don't want to do that. I'm not craving it. But I think that's more of a human diet than eating bugs. So I can't promote eating bugs, but I would promote cutting out the grains, the treats, and the junk food. Like that's just like I used to rip into a bag of salt and vinegar chips. Doesn't matter what the company, Miss Vicky's or whoever. I don't know. I could eat the whole damn. I would eat the whole damn bag, and I'm like, that's just not. I don't think humans are designed to do that. Eat Oreo cookies and so I don't know. I don't think that's what we're designed to eat. Um, but you got to find out what works for you. What works for you? What works best for you? Hey, but so far for me, like I say, two belt sizes. That's a positive thing. Um, Now I know, yeah. Again, like I know a lot of people who have carnivore diets and have just said, "Man, my snoring went away, sleeping like awesome at night." I haven't noticed my snoring. I think I've my snoring might have went away, but my sleep has improved maybe 10%. Not much there, and so I got to figure that out. Maybe I got to cut back a little bit on the dairy, the cheese end, or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, I just don't know. I'm loving it. I do feel better. Like yesterday when I was going through Walmart, like yesterday when I went out to, like I say, my belt size, I used to wear it on the seventh or eighth hole. And after 2 weeks, I was wearing my belt on the ninth hole. So I dropped a size. Yesterday, when I went grocery shopping at Walmart, I wore my belt on my pants on the 10th hole and it felt comfortable. It was great. I'm like, felt really good. So let's say hopefully now that that was like what day 29. So maybe in the phase of 30 to 60 days, maybe I can get that. Maybe my waist size will be on the 10th hole. Maybe it'll be on the 11th hole. So we'll see. I think I am, hopefully on the way to feeling, looking better, trying to be around, as long as I can. But whatever the universe calls me, and whatever your time is, your time, and that's it. No matter how healthy you are. So that could be it. Oh, for supplements too, and this is a question I've asked a lot of animal-based diet and carnivore diet people. What do they do for supplements? Jordan Peterson, see, absolutely takes nothing, no supplements. Um, I still take some magnesium before I go to bed, because I am in the northern hemisphere, the you know communist country of Canada. Which, anyways, I have issues with Canada, anyways, where it's going, but just for geographically speaking, yeah. So I still take some vitamin D. Every once in a while, I take a vitamin C. Um, maybe some, you know, ginger or something like that, like a little ginger herbal capsule or something like that. But I really, cod liver oil. I did include that, so I've been taking a teaspoon of cod liver oil about every other day for the past 30 days too. So, yeah, I incorporated that into my diet. Yeah, but supplements and that, I'm not against it. I just, you know, I don't know. That's kind of my take on it. Some people say, yeah, they still take a little bit of um, vitamin B and whatnot, or just some vitamins. But I haven't really heard anybody taking too many. But for myself personally, yeah, I take a couple. Maybe some vitamin D and magnesium, and I've had vitamin B. I've always kind of taken some supplements for years. I've always done that. Not so that's not really a big part of the, I guess, this new lifestyle change in diet. But yeah, I still take a little bit just because, like I say, I'm in Canada. and we don't get very much sunshine. Come from like October to the end of March, really, and even in the summertime too. The amount of times that maybe you're inside the house. Like today's a nice sunny day, but here I am in the bunker of the Pioneer Spirit Homestead making my live video today. So yeah, maybe today I'll take some vitamin D. I think I took some yesterday, but anyways, that part of it's not a big part of it right now. But I really the good parts. Like I mean, most of this I've been on here for almost an hour, and it's there's so much good about what's happened in the past 30 days. The bad and the ugly part of it. Like I say, in the first few weeks, I had some kind of moments where I was like, feeling a little like, just like, oh man, give me a butter tart right now. Give me a big bowl of cookie dough ice cream. But I'm like, I've been able to get through that. Um, and not like, oh, struggle and whatnot. Like I say, hasn't been giving me headaches or anything. There's, like I say, I've cut my Advil intake from about 8 to 10 Advils per month to four. Like I said, I'm taking four. That's that's pretty good. Hopefully that goes down to zero. Um, that'd be nice. But I don't think a couple Advils per month are a big deal. But that's where I'm at for that. I don't know. Like I don't know where the bad and ugly part of this animal based diet is so far. Say I'm eating nutritious meats. If I had FU money, like you hear like Joe Rogan saying, I got FU money. I, you know, I would like to one day have FU money too, and then I would go through the gamut of the animals on this planet, which I think were put here for us to eat, like moose. All your ungulates, moose, elk, deer, uh, cows, pigs, turkeys, chicken, all kinds of oceanic food. Like that's what I'm. If I had that, I'd be eating a plank of salmon and stuff. But I haven't been able to incorporate that yet. But if you're, maybe if you own a grocery store and you're listening to these things, maybe try to put your meat prices down a bit because yeah, meat prices over the last year because we are in a recession. Unless you do have FU money and you're like, hey, I don't notice this recession, but like I say, like when the meats I enjoy right now do come on sale, like I'm buying a ton of it. Like earlier I mentioned I bought 9 trays of medium ground beef. They're about 1.2 kilograms per tray. They're right now $15, but they were on for $8 2 weeks ago. So like I say, I bought 9 trays. So any meats that go on sale, I'm buying it. If it's a good, if I enjoy it, but I really don't know of liver. I was gonna say there's I like all meat, but liver is one thing I really have a hard time with. Um, I've tried liver before, cooked it up, done recipes. I've I mean it's fairly cheap too to buy liver, but I've tried many recipes. I could not make it so that I could eat it. Like I was forcing myself to eat. It's like I was forcing it because I know it's nutritious, but I just couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. I might try it again. I've got a few different recipes. Some people are like, just to take a little piece of the liver and really dice it up and then throw it into your ground beef. Maybe I could try that. I find the taste of liver is it's very difficult for me, so it doesn't work. So whatever. I did look into some liver supplements. They're not exactly cheap. Um, so I don't know if I'll go that route, but I wish I did like liver, but I don't. So maybe if I do go the route of the supplements, maybe. But I'd rather put that extra money into buying some meat, especially when it's on sale. So, oh, man, I feel great. Like I say, I feel like more energetic. I feel lighter. Like I don't know how to describe it. I just feel lighter. Not eating pasta, not having, like I say, a 650 milliliter jar of pasta sauce. I'd eat that whole thing in a big bowl of pasta and filled it up with onions and peppers and I just like I said, I would sit there for hours after, just feeling gross, feeling like my stomach was just bursting. And then like I say, I'd go to bed and I'd feel, I'd have heartburn. And so there's another good thing I did mention earlier. Mention again. I haven't had heartburn maybe once at night in the past 30 days. I haven't recalled any heartburn though. Maybe, like I said, maybe once I've had it. Just don't remember, but eliminating heartburn from my sleep at night has helped me. But I'm still not doing, I don't know, I seem to wake up every 3 hours and just I don't know. The older I get, the less I seem to sleep, and I'm like I said, I don't feel, I don't, I'm not old. I don't consider myself old, but I am 51, so almost next month 51. So hopefully, I'm hoping that my sleep will improve on this because that's another reason why I've given up the grains, the fruits, the veggies, the treats, and junk food. I'm hoping that my sleep will improve. Because 224, I'm lying on my side and then my back or whatever. It just I never felt comfortable that way. There's at least there's another thing. My lower back pain for the past since this past spring, I've had some really bad lower back pain to the point where I can't lie on my right side when I'm sleeping at night. I have noticed in the past week I'm able to sleep on my right side and fall asleep. So my lower back pain at night has it's been reduced by probably like 85, 90%. So I'm having improvements in my sleep at night, but I'm waking up every 2 to 3 hours. I don't know. Could be the weight of the world on my shoulders some days. He always everything every time you turn on that freaking news, which I don't watch the mainstream media news, but I do peruse the internet and to see what's going on. Every time I do look at what's going on, it's like seems to be some kind of new tax or new law, and I mean the past Mr. 19 since 2020 has worn heavily on me. Being from Canada, if so you'll know. I mean, people from around the world saw just how totalitarian Canada became. So any Americans out there that would like to adopt me and my family, I would like to. I do not subscribe to entering America illegally. That's for sure. I think that you should be bringing your economic gain if you're going to leave your country. So that's a little bit of a, I guess, sidebar to this video. But yeah, I do feel like improvements. Like I've sat here in the last couple of days. I'm like, you got to write down some bad and ugly on this diet, and I don't see any bad or ugly really. I don't. It's been good for me. But like I say again, not a medical doctor, not a dietitian. I don't know if this works for you. Some people maybe can eat grains and treats and junk food all day and feel good and look good. Hey, whatever floats your boat and works for you, do it. But I know the diet that I have been consuming since I was a baby and it has not worked for me. Like I think back to as a kid. I used to eat so as a kid, growing up I guess back to like I think back to I was uh I was a skinny kid up until about the age of 9 or 10. So I was born in 72, which kind of coincides with the whole starting in 1980, the whole, you know, fats are bad. It's got to be low fat. Well, you take the fat out of a food, you got to you're going to increase the carbohydrates and sugar. So I noticed, yes, to go back in historical events, right around the age of 9, 10, I started getting chubby. I was never it was always every class I was in, kids are all skinny, but there was always one big fat kid. And if that fat kid didn't show up for the day, I was like, oh, I was always a second or third biggest kid. It's like, okay, I'm the fat kid for the day. So I always had that bit of a problem throughout my life, up and down. Never the never the fattest guy in the room, but when the fat guy was gone, I was next in line, I guess. So I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't want to be. I want to be healthy. I want to look good. Um, I guess if my weight did stay at 224, but I actually felt good, maybe did shred some fat off my body, and maybe my muscle creases, that'd be great. Another thing I've been doing, not as much in the past 30 days, I take 5 grams of creatine in the evening, mix it up with half a liter of water. I haven't been doing that too much, but I have, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I've been doing that. You're supposed to, if you start creatine, take 5 grams of it once a day. It doesn't really matter what time of day you take it. I just been preferring it in the evening, but I don't know. And exercise. I have an ab slide. I'm just looking at it right now. It's on the floor here. When I take a break from making podcasts and videos here in the Pioneer Spirit homestead, I will just get down off my chair here and do ab slides. Um, but that's it for exercise. So, like I say, I've dropped almost 2 belt sizes. Haven't increased my exercise really. I just this I'm not increasing the exercise, not significantly enough to account for dropping 2 belt sizes. But I am going to start exercising more. I've been looking into getting maybe I always loved rowing. Like as a teenager, I loved rowing. Um, so I was thinking maybe getting a rowing machine. I had a rowing machine at one time, and I used to like I could blast out 45 minutes on a rowing machine and feel great. I always felt like it was a good total body workout. So I might look at investing into something like that. But for right now, I got a little ab slider. It's basically a stick with a wheel. And I've noticed because of my waist size has dropped by almost 2 sizes that doing the ab slide is actually easier now. So that's positive. Again, I'm like I cannot really come up with any bad or ugly parts or anything that I can say from an animal based diet. So, and again, the animal based diet, from what I researched, it's obviously all the meat you can eat, dairy products, and some people vary on it. Some people will say you can have fruits. Some people say you can't. Most of them will say the animal based diet, yeah, you can have raw honey, but I just haven't had any fruits or raw honey. I haven't had the need for it. Like I say, I've had raw honey. I started eating that stuff in 2006. So I've always had raw honey in the house, and I have it here, but I haven't had to go and like I haven't felt like I needed to eat sugar, like a big copious amounts. I haven't felt like okay, I'll just have 1 scoop ice cream or a big scoop of raw honey. No, a few times in the first couple weeks, I did have some vanilla yogurt, um, but it was never more than about 2 tablespoons worth. Um, I don't know. I've just been able to manage on it. Been able to cope through this. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Uh, Other than yeah, for me getting rid of the grains, the treats and junk food. First 3 categories there has been really good for me. The fruits and veggies, never really ate a ton of them anyways. Maybe I could incorporate them, but I'm gonna really stick to this diet and till at least Christmas time, see where it goes. And if I like I said, I don't have any cravings for any of those categories of food items right now. I don't have the cravings for it. And that's a big part of the like why I couldn't stick on a vegan diet. I just the cravings. I would sit there and go, I just want sit there and go, I want a T-bone steak and a lobster so bad. It's not like I'm sitting here going, man, I really want some sourdough bread. I'm like, I've thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, it hasn't really bothered me. So either I'm at a point in my life where I just, it's I'm cool with it. I haven't had any cravings. I haven't any cravings. And do I miss it? I don't know. Do I miss it? Yeah, I think back to the days of going to a bakery, getting fresh sourdough bread, and eating the fruits and the veggies and the just the pecan pie and the butter tarts and the salt and vinegar chips. I get in my mind. I've sat here and go. I've been there, done that. I've had that. I you know had some moments in my life where I know I've looked real bad. Maybe I've had moments where I've, maybe was younger, lifting weights. I might have looked a bit better, but because I've never really had, even when I was, except when I was down to about 164, yeah, I was like 21. I guess, you could say, yeah, I could go to the beach or whatever, but um, even at that, I was never really like never ripped or anything. I was light, but because I wasn't eating, even back then, I wasn't eating probably the proper diet. So now hopefully this is a proper diet for me. We'll see how it goes. Like I say, I'm going to do a review every 30 days. So this is the first 30-day review. I'll have a 60-day, a 90-day, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to keep doing this. And if I come back and do a review and go, hey guys, I'm back on the old diet, then that'll be it. That'll be it. But so far right now, I'm hoping I don't slide back into the old diet. Um, I I like I said, I don't think I would because I don't have the cravings. Like I say, we do have like I say, my daughter's 10, so she still wants she wants some ice cream and cookies, right? I've gotten her a couple cookies from the cupboard, and I haven't. I used to just give her a couple, and I'd probably eat 3 or 4 on my own, or I'd get her a bowl of ice cream. I'd have a bowl of ice cream. I haven't had that. Like, oh, I better have some too. So I've been pretty good like that. Pretty good, feeling good that way. So I don't know what more to say. I don't know what more to say other than I am feeling good. Hopefully, people who have watched my channel over the course of time here, if I appreciate everybody who's coming here. Hopefully, maybe I'll start looking a little better for everybody who comes here too. That's important for me too. I want to look good. I want to present myself as looking good. I want to be healthy. Um, like I said, I don't really necessarily care too much at my age about what people think, but on another way, I mean, I got to be honest too. Yeah. Like I say, when I go to the pool, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm 224. I ain't the greatest, probably healthiest looking specimen in this water here, which really doesn't matter anyways, in some respects too. But I just try to inspire people. Like if I can make myself look good and be more healthy, maybe that's an inspiration to people. Who knows? Like I say, the inspiration for me, Jordan Peterson, big inspiration for me to cut out the foods in my life that I just don't think are good for me, that are keeping me up to a 224. And like I say, Jordan Peterson. I mean, I think he's a good example of someone all around to look at. So I'm taking what he's doing. I'm not quite at where he's at yet. I don't really have problems. Like now, Jordan would say things like, like he had problems. Like he would eat something, it would throw him off for a month. I've never really been like that. I could eat. I could eat pretty much anything and be okay with it. So something else too. I think it falls in the good category. I remember watching Joe Rogan 5 years ago. I think when he went carnivore, pure carnivore for 1 month, and he was like, "Oh my god, the first couple weeks the bowel movements were awful." So for me, I'm kind of scared. I'm like, what does he mean by awful bowel movements? Actually, I think my bowel movements are. I mean, I get down to the nitty gritty. It's people don't want to hear about it, but people do want to hear about it. I think actually, um, I haven't been extraordinarily horrible. I've had a couple moments, yeah, where I'm like, oh, I'm kind of glad I was at home, sort of moment, but I haven't been out and about and gone, oh my god, like, oh, froze up because the animal based diet has made me, sudden bowel movement or something. No, I haven't had that, so that's positive. Bowel movements, I get, I want to talk about that. I mean, people want to know about it. I don't feel like I have to go all day. Some days I like again I'd eat muffins and bread and wraps and pasta and butter tarts and everything and chips. And sometimes I'm like, man, I feel like I'd go to the bathroom and it's like I didn't feel 100% evacuated. I do feel that now. I do feel I'm like I go and I'm like, hey, I'm done and I'm good. Now I feel good for until I have to go again. So I don't, yeah, lighter. It just fits into that light feeling, the feeling of I feel lighted. I don't feel bloated. So it's working for me. It's really working for me. Um, just I don't know. Google search it. YouTube search it. YouTube these diets where they eliminate the grains, the treats, and junk food. Definitely those three categories. Get rid of them. Again, I'm not a doctor or a dietitian, but they seem to work. The fruits and veggies, I don't know. That's up to every individual. Um, it just seems I don't know, seems to work for me. So um, I don't know. I don't know what more to say on this. I can't honestly think. Like I'm sitting here. I've tried writing down for 2 days the bad and ugly side of this diet, and I can't. I can't think. I mean, there's been so much good that's happened to me in 30 days that um, I hope that this is a lifetime thing for me now to eat. And like I said, I don't have FU money like Joe Rogan or Peterson to get any meat that you want to eat, but I'm okay. Um, if I can have a chance to get some elk and whatnot, I'll definitely eat that, incorporate it. You know, turkeys and chickens and all that. I'll definitely incorporate that as it comes up, and if I can get it, definitely. So I'll do that. I can't think. It's all good so far. It's all good. And maybe like to have this baby gender reveal party. Maybe I'll have a bod reveal party and have my swim trunks on, and just to see the difference. I'm hoping that it got to give it time. Like I say, got to give it time. Hopefully, a few more months. But so far, like I say, two belt sizes. That's major. And I'm like I say, I'm not feeling hungry. I don't feel headachy. I got to work on the sleep though. Sleep is something that even the thirst 30 maybe as I go further into this diet, maybe the sleep will get better. But I mean, that's just stuff I got to work on. There's stuff in life that just it's uncontrollable. Like this morning, I turn on my turning on the old interwebs there, and there's something about Trudeau yesterday. He's like, he wants to get rid of or suspend. I was like, the GST. I'm like, he must be watching my videos because I've said I don't want him. I don't like this carbon tax, but conservatives rail against him. And I'll be like, I'm old enough to remember when the Prime Minister Brian Mulroney brought in the GST. I'm like, you know, I'm like, you're a conservative. You're not supposed to be raising taxes. They all talk about lowering taxes. So yesterday, Trudeau's talking about suspending, or it'd be awesome if you got rid of the GST. Then this morning, I'm hearing about some kind of new grocery tax. I'm like, oh my God, like politicians just don't want us to eat what we want and be, or you eat, they're trying to divert us into eating different things. I'm sure they would like us to eat the mealworms and crickets, but, like I said, I'm never going to do that. Um, I just got to keep going and looking for the food products that you enjoy. Try, buy them in bulk because this is a time that's, it is difficult. It is difficult. Well, like I said, I've been doing okay with the meat products. Even before I started this diet, like I say, I'd see something that's a meat that I enjoyed eating on sale, buy it in bulk. Bacon, like I say, I love bacon, but this is a good thing too. I'm like the animal-based diet, carnivore diet. It's like I'm like I can eat any meat there's out there except for liver. I just can't do it. But I'm like that's fantastic. Like I say, when I did the vegan diet, I'd buy these the tofurkey or these they would say like barbecued patties, but it was made from beans, and I just get to a point where like I can't eat beans anymore, unless it was apocalyptic, and the 100 cans of mixed beans I do have stored here. I guess I could dig into them. I definitely would have to. I would do all that. I would eat rice and beans long before I ever ate crickets, unless we got to that Walking Dead kind of scenario. But yeah, I just there's where we're at. Animal based diet. Like I said, I mean, any kind of meat and dairy, keeping the dairy down. I know I'm not going over 200 grams a week. And again, point out that I've cut out 1,200 grams of carbs from my diet per week from bread, treats, junk food. I don't know how much carbs I'd have per week in fruit and vegetables. Not very much, but when you factor all those groups in, 1,200 grams of carbs per week gone. And if I can stick to this, just eating all the meat that I want, with some dairy on the side, if it keeps rolling for me, we'll see how it goes. Because I feel good. Certainly don't feel like I don't feel my heart's not racing. I don't feel I don't feel like I'm gonna pass out on the floor. I do feel good. I feel good, and I mean it's like I say, the Advil I've cut back by 50%. That's a major improvement for me. So there we go. I think I'm gonna wrap this up now. I can't think of it. I will. Like I say, for my 60-day review video, I will try to come out with any kind of the bad and ugly part of this, the animal-based diet. But I don't know. So far, so good. Don't have any. Don't miss the butter tarts and the ice cream and the salt and vinegar chips, the sourdough bread and pasta. I'm not missing it because I feel good. I feel good. I guess on this animal-based diet for the first time in my life. I feel good on the foods that I've been eating. So there's where we're going. If that inspires you, great. Hopefully it helps. It's just me sharing I guess, the opinion of my diet and how it's working for me. Not a doctor, not a dietitian. So look into it if you want to. But I really hope. I just hope I wish people the best in their health and how they look and feel, and just you got to do what it takes. And I really do think we need to get off the treats and junk food and the grains too. I just don't know if the human body's adapted for those three. Fruits and vegetables maybe, but I don't know. It's working for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Uh, I thank everyone who's come to my channel. It's a tiny but mighty channel, and I thank everyone who's come here, and constructive criticism, positive comments, compliments. The likes, the views, everything. I appreciate everyone who comes here. You're helping to keep me going every day and to keep this going, and I want to keep it going. um so yeah, and again, like I say, this channel's a no holds barred channel. I think that the fundamental freedom of speech for every human on this planet is a natural born right. So like I say, if I ever say something you want to debate on, change my mind, go ahead. That's perfect. So I'm gonna end this here. you know Love you all, and I hope that whatever diet you can find that helps you, bless you all. So thank you very much and stay free.